Ndinoda kuti nyika isiwe vanhu vangu inguva yedu hatingatadzi kubudirira Mwari ari parutivi pedu rambai muchirwa
My hitters don't die, the real hitters gon' shine and my people gon' rise. That's my point to it, yeah. I ain't saying
when the hell do I not have a deal? I swear this thing is a real dog. I play it fan off, the cowards so they can't feel. The wife try to console me like it's coming, baby, chill. She don't understand. I'm the only one that's real. I remember the third grade. Them kids, they had waves. I had them BDBs. You know that Zimbabwean grade. So they threw shades and your boy hit the stage. Press play and all the chicks was like, yeah. While boys was moving bricks, I was moving chips. If she gave me calculus, gave her a mouthful of it. Heat rose to this thing, boy, I bet on myself.
Hey, welcome everybody to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I am over here in awe because I'm going to tell you, I love the new intro. Thank you so much to my Converge team. It looks amazing. Well, I want to welcome you to this amazing and fantastic, thorough Thursday we have going on today. Of course, this is season 2 of the Day with Trae. So I want to thank all y'all for rocking with me. I'm excited because on this episode, I get the opportunity to dive in with Appollonia, my girl, A for Apple Learning Center. Y'all know her. She's doing big things in the community, and she's here to share another amazing opportunity that she's bringing to all of y'all out there. And then I'm going to wrap up the show with my brother. That's right. Anthony Tibbs is in the building, y'all. Like, huge deal. Dope Culture Events LLC. Y'all know him. He's been putting on events for our community and for our city and beyond for a long time. So I'm so excited that he's here to tell us about an upcoming event that he has going on. But of course, y'all know it's the top of the show. So it's a great time for you to tag and share the stream. That's right. Go ahead, tag and share the stream with folks you feel could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness right here on the Day with Trae. And if you can't watch us, you can always listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae. Y'all will find me on Google, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, you name it. Pick your favorite one and search for us. I'm sure it will be there. Shout out to everybody who is tagging and sharing the stream in this season 2, tagging and sharing the podcast. Thank y'all for doing that. We appreciate you listening. We appreciate you watching. Well, we got a jam-packed show because I got to get into it with my girl, A for Apple. Apple's in the building, y'all. What up?
Hey, Trae. Happy New Year, girl.
Happy New Year. Well, I'm so glad I get to start my, first week off back in the studio with you. It's so good to connect with you always. You've been doing amazing things. But for those in the audience who don't know what you have going on, tell us all about A for Apple Learning Center.
So A for Apple Learning Center, we've been in the Central District for the past 30 years. We're located now on 23rd and Jackson, 323 23rd Jackson, Seattle, Washington, 98144 to be exact. But we serve the community from toddler age up until grown-ups. I'm bringing to the community Kaleidoscope Learn and Play. It's something that's been around in the Seattle community for a long time, but A for Apple's housing this play group to support families and caregivers to help prepare their children for what I call the big school and for life. Yeah. So this will be a 90-minute session. We'll be providing games. Everything will be educational. It'll be enrichment. They'll be doing a lot of learning, hands-on, lots of craft. I tell families all the time, we learn by hands-on experience. Mm-hmm. So we'll be providing just basics for families to get acquainted and make sure that they're supported and strengthened. And it'll also be language-based as well. So I'm excited, you guys. This is a 3-year partnership we have with Best Starts for Kids, and it's going to be really great. So be looking out for the flyer. Of course, it'll be posted on our website and more information about it. I know families have already reached out to me because they've seen that we were awarded as a grantee, and they're excited for the program. So here we are in January, and we're launching the program. My staff is very diverse. some speak Spanish. They may do sign. We have some African different backgrounds. You name it, they're here to support you.
Wow.
And so as A for Apple, we just want to make sure that we're being a resource to the community where they know that, hey, A for Apple's here and we have that resource. So we're bringing Kaleidoscope and Learn and Play.
Oh, well, that's really exciting.
Yes.
And congratulations to you for always expanding the offerings of A for Apple
Yes.
Learning Center. I mean, that's one of the things that I was going to be asking, and you just answered it right out the gate. It's beautiful to hear it because honestly, the needs of families do change over time. And, you know, you want to be sure that you're up to date with the different opportunities that are out there when it comes to learning, as so much data and research often drives new opportunities and new practices with regard to early learning. And you really have been on the cusp of this always by being informative and keeping yourself engaged in these processes as they come. When we think about the needs of families, you know, early childhood care and learning, what you provide is so necessary. How do you manage the demand? Because I know that that's a central location right there on 23rd and Jackson. How do you all manage that demand from families who really need your services?
Well, here we have Kaleidoscope Learn and Play. You know, we can't take every child into our care. I do tell families to reach out to child care resources. I don't personally give referrals to other child cares because I don't know how child cares do with children or engage. I don't know, but I do tell you, reach out to child care resources. They help you find quality care in the community that you're looking for. And the programs really do be quality. I just personally don't give referrals. But for myself with A for Apple Learning Center, I'm glad we're able to provide this free play-based educational environment once a week, 90 minutes. It might not be at A for Apple. I might say, meet me down at the aquarium from 10 to 11:30. I have tickets for you. I just want to make sure that I'm supporting families to bridge the gap and bond with one another. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Well, you know, another thing too that is like a quasi effect of any learning center is families are bringing their children there. Their children are bonding. Oftentimes the families are bonding. You are always committed to bringing different resources into the community and providing opportunities for families to have that extended connection. Tell us a bit about how you really garnered these solid partnerships that you're always able to say, look, because you're born and raised in Seattle. So there's a lot of people you know here, but tell us a bit about how you build those partnerships out to provide those extended opportunities for families to connect and for you to provide resources to the community.
So it's always important that you get feedback from your parents. You know, we do a lot of community outreach, so I get feedback from the community. I may go on Facebook. What is it that you guys need? What are you looking for? You know, because I don't know everyone, but they're going to tap into, hey, this is what we're looking for. So then here I am, Miss Apple. I'm going to network, you know, let me use my childhood resources. All my classmates, you know, Garfield, Bulldogs, reproduce some wonderful people and just make the connections. I use Converge when I sat down with Y King. That was my first time just getting out of my shell. And I use that all the time. Like, I had to get out of my shell and really show my face. You know, everybody know A for Apple Learning Center, but they didn't know this owner. They knew my mom maybe, but it's a new season. I'm Miss Apple, you know? So I put my face out there and I wanted to make sure that I connect with everyone. So it's important that I connect and I ask and I step out of my comfort. So thank you, Converge, for helping me blossom in that area. Like, even this right now is, you know, big for me because I'm used to just running stuff from behind. And you know, Miss Apple run it, but you see me in the front, so
yeah, get front and center. I'm telling you. Well, I mean, it's a great thing because I always hear nothing but great things about your services, and that is so key because parents are entrusting their babies with you, right? It's like the most cherished, part of the family oftentimes are the young ones, and then of course then our elders, right? We see this cycle of life. But I love that you really are a trusted source and resource and community. Shout out to you, your entire team that you've built up. It's a beautiful thing that y'all are right there in the Central District. I want you to tell us a bit about this event you have coming up later on this month.
Yes. So on January 21st from noon until 2, we will be having a new coat giveaway along with other items, providing diapers. Oh my God, we have about 100 boxes of big diapers, Huggies at that, new hats, hygiene kits. We'll be giving away dry food boxes. I have Catfish Corner. They'll be giving snack packs to each family. I partnered with a bunch of our community partners, Trae Simmons, let's see, I have Garfield High School coming. I have a few Seahawks players. You name it, a few people will be there. And it's just important to me that the younger people see that us in the community come together and we make sure that we support one another in some way. So come out to our new coat giveaway, brand new coats. They just got delivered today. They're really cute, you guys. They range from 18 months to size 16, 18 youth. They're really nice, boy, girl. Come shopping with us. I want to make sure I'm a resource.
Wow. Yeah. Apple, you continue to be a resource. I'm going to tell you right now, it is clear that it is at the forefront of your mind, not just to provide quality care in the Learning Center, but also to really be a major pillar in our community. Yes. I just got to always publicly thank you for all the work you're doing. And right here on The Day with Trae, it is your family, your home. Always feel free to come here and give us any information we need in the community that we can help to be a resource for you as well, and make sure our community is nice and informed about all the things you have going on. I want to give you an opportunity to look right there in that camera. Let folks know how they connect with A for Apple Learning Center.
All right. Reach out to A for Apple Learning Center, number 4, applelearningcenter.org. That's our website. Or you can reach us by email, a4applelearningcenter.org. Feel free to reach out to us anytime. We're always here for you. I'm right here on 23rd, 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. daily. We're not just a learning center, but we do a lot of community outreach. When my team came together at the end of the year, it was important to us that we do a lot of community outreach this year. So we're here, you guys.
Aw, Apple. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much,
there.
Trae.
Anytime. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. The inspiration is already flowing throughout the building up in here with A for Apple Learning Center, and Apple herself, who is always connected on the ground and asking families what they need and then finding ways to provide the needs with all of these amazing partnerships. So make sure you guys check out this event. It's going to be at A for Apple Learning Center on the 21st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You want to get there with your young folks, get the coats, get the snack packs, get the resources, get connected with other families, come and have a great time in community. These events are so important to showcase how we move throughout our community. A for Apple really always leads with love and leads with care, and that is generational, because I heard her grandmama say it, okay? So leading with love is how she shows up, and it's an awesome opportunity for you to connect with others who want to lead with love as well. Well, I'm excited because the love is going to continue right after this short break. I'm bringing my brother, Anthony Tibbs from Dope Culture Events, LLC. He'll be telling us all about a new event coming up and, of course, his plethora of history of all the things that he's been doing for community, bringing us entertainment like no other. Stay tuned after this short break, y'all. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Prosperity in Black America. What will this require? Is Black business prospering? Are we reaching women and minority-owned businesses? How do we achieve earning parity for wealth for our families? Do our children really have access to education? Will our families have choices for our children? Prison pipelines, mass incarceration, tearing our families apart. A healthcare system not accessible to the masses. The disproportionate termination of Black women from corporate America. When will we actually begin to address what's really at play? How do Black people gain more power to help make these changes? This requires a lot of political will and courage. I'm that provocateur of change. I am Cindy Bright. Welcome to Heartbeat.
COVID-19 hurt my income, my health, and my family. We were about to lose our home when we heard we might be eligible for homeowner assistance funds from the government. We called 1-877-894-HOME, and a housing counselor stepped in, talked to our lender, and saved our home. Federal funding details at washingtonhaf.org. That's washingtonhaf.org.
Will you marry me, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put this on you.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Trae Holiday. We're bringing back Black Love When We Met. That's right. We need something to warm all of our hearts and to elevate love once again in our communities. We want y'all to go to whereweconverge.com/Black Love so y'all can nominate your favorite couple for the next rendition of this show with me as the host. Let me sit down and have them on my couch and share how their love can inspire us all. Make sure y'all go and get your nominations in today and be on the lookout for Black Love When We Met coming at you on Converge Media very soon. Welcome back, everybody, to the Day with Trae. I am having a great time with my guests already, and that great time gets to continue because right now I get to bring Anthony Tibbs on Dope Culture Events LLC. If y'all don't know him, I promise you probably went to one of his events over time. What up, Tibbs? How are you?
How you doing?
Well, I'm so glad that you're here. You know, I've done several events with you, and I'm just so impressed by how you pull things together. I got to ask you, because there's a lot of people who are like, man, how do I even get started in that? Tell us about the beginnings of you starting, pulling events together, being the promoter you are, using your connections to bring entertainment to the masses.
It's a trip. So it started as third level events. Third level. It went from third level events, third level productions, to whatever. But it started in junior high school. I started throwing parties at the Randolph Carter Center in the CD. I think it's the Catholic Community Services now or something like that. My father used to run it. He used to allow me to do, throw little parties to make money for my drum set. I was a drummer in junior high school. So I used to save up money to get my drum set. So I started doing that. And my father also was a chef at I guess it was called the Cotton Club. But before, it was called the Heritage House. Mm-hmm. He was the chef at the Heritage House. So I seen Lakeside, the Whispers, Bobby Blue Bland as a little kid. I got pictures of me as a little kid standing by the table. So I guess it's always been in me. Then I teamed up with my frat brother and a few other people, and then we started third level events. So that's where it all started, right? And now it's evolved into now I'm doing Dope Culture. I changed 31 years later. Wow. It's Dope Culture, LLC.
31 years, yeah. Tibbs. That is huge.
Yeah, we just celebrated 31 years.
Talk about impacting community. Because, oftentimes, I know I put events together, and sometimes it's about the who you know piece. Because, how do you get to know different musicians and celebrities to bring them here, to bring entertainment here from out of town? Like, that's a huge part of this, right?
Yeah, I've always been intrigued with different artists, a lot of people don't know that I was in a group called Third Level. So that's where it started too. A singing group, R&B group. We opened up for James Brown and, Mint Condition and, that type of thing. We shot a video that aired. So we've been doing this. I've been doing it for a long time. I also went on tour with Sir Mix-a-Lot. Wow. And I met a lot of artists. The Ice Cubes, the whoever, all the summer jams. And I would always, every show I'd go over and talk to the artists and get their information. I'd come back off a tour and then bring that artist to Seattle. All right. A lot of people been doing it so long that I got Mary J. Blige back in the day. I was a club promoter. I got Mary J. Blige for $500. Wow. Yeah. Mary J. Blige, the 411 tour, you're right. Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, $1,000. Right. And then I moved into comedy too. Right. So, but yeah, just relationships, you know what I'm saying? Relationships, reaching out. A lot of times you don't have to go to the agencies if you don't, if you got a good relationship with a lot of people. I just had good relationships and I got a lot of referrals, right? So I'd get people's home number, call Cedric the Entertainer, my fraternity brother at home, and he'd tell me, hey, I'm gonna hook you up with Chris Tucker. I'm gonna hook you up with, Dave Chappelle. I brought Dave Chappelle for 2 shows for $1,500. Wow. Cat Williams for $400. That's how long I've been doing this.
Wow.
So, yeah, long time.
Look, any promoter here, I don't know, Cuddy, I don't know if your ears are buzzing over there because Cuddy be putting events together, man. I mean, these numbers are unheard of, especially now. I mean, now we're in 2023. It's a whole different world. But you also, too, you're not just tapping in with talent from outside of the state. You also really build relationships with talented individuals right here on the home turf. And I have been able to witness some phenomenal vocalists, musicians that you've been connected with, pulling shows together. Tell us a bit about the family almost aspect that it seems like you've created with these relationships right here at home as well.
That's the one thing I hold dear, do good business, do good business. And I care about the people who work with me. I check on them. They might have some issues going on at home. You know what I'm saying? I develop a relationship with them. They are like family to me. And there's so many talented people here. And that, a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people, just because they're big doesn't mean that they're, what I'm saying? They're so much more talented. Mm-hmm. Right. I know some comedians right here that'll blaze a lot of these other, comedians that's made it already. They got writers, but but these singers, like the ones you're talking about, like a lot of the artists, that the poets and the singers, I mean, they're phenomenal, right? A lot of them don't travel because they got families here, whatever, mm-hmm. but they've been doing it. They just needed a platform, what I'm saying? And I'm always thankful, and I always thank them. I always text them. They'll tell you, I always let them know that I appreciate them allowing me to showcase their talent.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's a lot of talented people out here. Yeah.
Hey, look, okay, like talent. Like
right.
When I think of top tier talent, I start going right here at home, and it's really because I've been exposed to the talent through what you've been doing, the events that you've been pulling together. So I want to thank you publicly, Tibbs. Like I want to thank you for allowing me to be involved in it, but also just providing these amazing opportunities for us to vibe and groove here. Folks are always like, black folks ain't doing nothing up in Seattle. Ain't black folks ain't doing. And I'm like, that's not true. If you're tapped in, you're actually at some dope events that are like, have you walking away like breathtaking by the amazing talent. And I've heard nothing but great things about all of the events that I've been able to work with you on, and then events from before, because everybody's like, oh man, Tibbs always been doing it. Tibbs always been doing it. And it's just one of those things. It's like a legacy that you really have built. Tell us a bit about how that actually impacts you, because there's a lot of impact that you have created in community because of your connections, because of your vision to pull these kind of events together and give the city something to like look forward to. That's got to be impactful to you as well.
It is. That's the mission, though. That is the mission. I want to enhance the lives of our people. Soul music, it enhances my life. Comedy, I love comedy. We need to laugh. It's therapy, right? So yeah, it definitely it's a big deal to me. I wish my father was here to see it. I wish my mother was still here. To see what's going on. I think they'd be very, very proud of the things that I'm doing with the community. Partnerships, Africa Town, of course, White King, and Trae. Real talk, you done took my shows to another level. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I mean, I call you every time. I don't care if it's last minute. You always got my back, and I appreciate that. Real talk. I mean that. That's a big deal for me. Like I said, is I want to enhance the lives of our people, and I know music, comedy, things like that, art, that does that, you
Yeah.
know, and it does it for me. So I really want to really get it out there and do what I can. So yeah.
Well, you have been doing it, man. You've been doing what you can and then some. You've been doing your part and some other folks too. I just got to say, because honestly, it's one of those things for me where I get to dismantle that notion that nothing's going on in Seattle, or oh man, there ain't no talent there. But like, I get to dismantle that every single time, and I'm like, you have no idea. And I start putting people on. They're like, wait a minute, who is this artist? Who is this? I'm like, I'm telling you, they're right here. You know what I mean? So I love that you have really been intentional about bringing these events to the public. You got one coming up in like a week, next weekend or something. Tell us a bit about what you got coming up next.
So we've done a few events similar to it. This is a little different for me, but it's going to be fire. We're working hard to make it happen. I got a team. I just want to make sure I put that out there. I'm never doing this alone.
Right.
I got a dope team. And shout out to them because they too took this whole business to another level for me, you know. So it's called The Evolution of Neo Soul. See, a lot of people don't know where neo soul, where it came from, you know, what's the difference between soul and neo soul, that type of thing. And I didn't know a lot of it, right? But what I did is I had an idea about it. I sat down and talked to DJ Rockefeller and Vitamin D, right? And their dialogue inspired me to, I got to put this on stage. You know what I'm saying? I got to put this on stage so people could talk about, you know, the Sam Cookes, the Donny Hathaways, the Marvin Gayes, right? And how it turned to the Jill Scotts, the Maxwells, the D'Angelos, right? Erykah Badu. And so we put that together. It's a dialogue between those two. It's a hot, you're going to like this. Wow. You're really going to like this. I mean, well, you're going to be there because you're going to open up the show for me. So, yeah, it's a hot one. So January 14th and 15th at Langston Hughes, MLK weekend in honor of MLK. We're doing 2 shows. One show Saturday, 7 p.m., Sunday, 3 p.m. And what we want to do is we want to make sure like we always tap into the community. Like you said, I want to make sure I do that. So what we added was a Black business marketplace, right? So 2 hours before the show, we'll open up and have all the Black businesses vending, and you know, we have a little lounge down there to make sure we support the community as well, you know, as not just entertaining them, right, and making sure they get involved. And that's the whole thing about how I changed from third level events. You know, we did all the parties, the all white parties with 1,000 people show up, and you know, on all the different parties, a lot of hip hop and stuff, to dope culture. So dope culture is attached to everything, different things that are connected to the community, and we're always giving back. So this one, the last thing we did was the Funny for Pink, right? And that was for breast cancer. This one will benefit Black males and prostate cancer, right? So we want to, every event we do, every event you see dope culture do, is attached to something that's going to benefit our people.
Wow.
Right. So that's the thing. So January 14th and 15th, the Evolution of Neo Soul, it's going to be hot. Trust me, it's going to be hot. Please get your tickets. The tickets are on Eventbrite. We're on Facebook, Dope Culture LLC, Third Level Events, Anthony Tibbs, on Instagram as well, you know, Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, I appreciate all the support. I'm going to keep, as long as they keep supporting, I'm going to keep, you know, I'm going to make sure I keep the level up.
Wow. So, yeah. Keep the level up. You always up, Tibbs. Thank you so much. And I look forward to being there the 14th and 15th. This evolution of neo soul. I am such a neo soul fan, and it really represents a specific era in music for me that's personal. So I'm so excited. I'm ready for this. Looking forward to it. And thank you so much, Tibbs, for what you've been giving to community all of these years. 31 years is huge. We appreciate you so much, brother. Thank you so much. And I'll be with you on the 14th and 15th, man. We're going to rock it hard.
That's what's up. I appreciate you. I do. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. You guys, I told you it was going to be lit up in here. And of course, it's going to continue right after this short break. I'll wrap it all up for you. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
COVID-19 hurt my income, my health, and my family. We were about to lose our home when we heard we might be eligible for homeowner assistance funds from the government. We called 1-877-894-HOME, and a housing counselor stepped in, talked to our lender, and saved our home. Federal funding details at washingtonhalf.org. That's washingtonhaf.org.
Will you marry me, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put this on you.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Trae Holiday. We're bringing back Black Love When We Met. That's right. We need something to warm all of our hearts and to elevate love once again in our communities. We want y'all to go to whereweconverge.com/Black Love so y'all can nominate your favorite couple for the next rendition of this show with me as the host. Let me sit down and have them on my couch and share how their love can inspire us all. Make sure y'all go and get your nominations in today and be on the lookout for Black Love When We Met coming at you on Converge Media very soon.
Prosperity in Black America. What will this require? Is Black business prospering? Are we reaching women and minority-owned businesses? How do we achieve earning parity for wealth for our families? Do our children really have access to education? Will our families have choices for our children? Prison pipelines, mass incarceration, tearing our families apart. A healthcare system not accessible to the masses. The disproportionate termination of Black women from corporate America. When will we actually begin to address what's really at play? How do Black people gain more power to help make these changes? This requires a lot of political will and courage. I'm that provocateur of change. I am Cindy Bright. Welcome to Heartbeat.
Oh, and I was caught on my phone. There we go. Welcome back, everybody, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. What a thorough Thursday we had today, and it really did fill my soul. I really will that it filled yours as well. I got to give a huge shout out to my girl Appollonia, A for Apple Learning Center, being in the building and always being dedicated to bringing resources to our community. Make sure you guys tap in to the new coat giveaway on January 21st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right there on 23rd in Jackson. It's more than just coats, as she explained, so make sure y'all tap in. And of course, huge shout out to my brother Anthony Tibbs, man. Dope Culture Events LLC, putting on amazing events for the community that really do represent the culture. And I gotta tell y'all, I want y'all to be inspired. Of course I was, because these are two folks that I really know in community, and I see them doing the work, putting it in every day, day in and day out, and really doing it for something that's beyond them. And so when I think about the ways that all of us can learn and glean from these experiences and find ways for us to be a part of the solution, I promise you there is a wide door and a wide range of ways that you can do that work. Just do it. Just do it. Be inspired by Appollonia and my guy Tibbs, my two A's in the building today on this Thursday. I'm inspired, and y'all do your part to see yourself as a part of the solution. For me, until tomorrow at 11 a.m. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.